Indeed. Thanks so much, Colleen. Turning to this now, if predictions on holiday shopping hold true, Americans will be spending more this season than last year. This will leave many consumers, of course, with mounting holiday debt. Here to talk with us more on that is Jen Burke from Maine Credit Union League. Jen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We know this is going to be a big issue this holiday season. What are we talking about for predictions in terms of holiday spend?
You know, it varies a little bit depending on the source, but most are predicting holiday spending is going to be up 2.5 to 3.5%.
Wow.
Well, just because spending is up, it doesn't mean people can actually afford to be spending more. And I think a lot of consumers are going to be turning to their credit cards that most likely have very high interest rates. And so you could be starting the year off in a financial hardship, and no one wants to start 2025 off that way.
Not the way to go. So what do you suggest for people to kind of stay on track and keep those holiday spending bills down and maybe pay off some of that debt?
So I think the best recommendation I can make is that folks really do need to do an assessment of the debt they incurred over this holiday season and essentially calendar out what's due, to whom, and what the minimum payment amount is, because you don't want to miss those minimum payments when they're due, unless, you know, ideally you'll make more than your minimum payment, but you don't want to miss payments. You also want to curb your spending, and then as you tackle your budget, look at the credit cards that have the highest interest rate and pay more toward those, because that's going to cost you more over the long run. And then you may also, depending if your credit worthiness allows, you can consider consolidating your debt or transferring it to like a 0% interest rate for an X amount of time. But just make sure you stay on top of all of that. So, and if you are a last minute shopper, don't splurge this weekend. Don't go buy something because you feel like you have to find something. If you can't afford it, don't buy it.
That's what we were talking about. It's always that one more thing, right? You got to get that family member, that one more thing.
It's like this last minute panic, and that's when people tend to spend more. It's a slippery slope. So
yes.
Hold off.
That's a good way to put it. All right, Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Connor.
And happy holidays.
Happy
to everyone
holidays
over there.
to everyone as well.
All right. Thanks so much, Jen. Now here's a look at what's coming up today on Channel